Officials in Kuwait have discovered and apprehended a pigeon that was carrying drugs. Now, the bird was caught near a customs building close to the border with Iraq, and authorities knew that there were drug smugglers in Iraq that were using pigeons in order to get drugs across the border, but they had never caught the pigeons. But now they have caught one of those pigeons and it has been apprehended. A total of 178 pills were found in the fabric pocket attached to its back.
Yeah, it's singing like a canary, everybody. You get it? See, because it's a bird. Okay.
Take a look at that. Okay, so the drugs that the pigeon was flying over the border were not fun drugs. It was an MDMA, but it was a ketamine type substance, which apparently people like to use while partying. Why do people use party drugs that make them want to go to sleep? I don't know. Ketamine is like a horse tranquilizer, right?
That's what they took in the night of.
Oh.
Yeah, don't take ketamine. Just don't. It sounds like a really bad idea.
And then I wouldn't want mine to arrive on that thing.
Yeah.
No.
I'm guessing that people who take drugs like that aren't.
They don't really care. They don't have that high sanitary level.
Amazon's new pigeon delivery service.
That seems too much.
Okay. So
too much.
Look.
I hope they throw the book at that pigeon though, man.
But you know what? I feel
life
like
in prison.
People. First of all, they watch too much TV, but they did this apparently like in a jail. Didn't they used to do this like in Costa Rica? Like do the exact same thing?
They've used pigeons for drug smuggling purposes in the past. In fact, back in 2011, this happened in Colombia as well. Let me give you the details on that because I thought it was so interesting. Colombian police discovered a pigeon that was unable to fly over a high prison wall because of the weight of a package of cocaine and marijuana strapped to it.
Oh my God.
That's just bad planning.
It is bad planning. You know, you got to think ahead.
Got greedy. You got to send 2 pigeons, man.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
There is. And what's amazing is, look, JR, who is here, has been on the record as a pigeon hater, right?
However, right?
I forgot all about this.
Yes, you do hate
that.
pigeons. He thinks they're disgusting and
Stool
dirty.
pigeons
Why do
or
you
real
say that?
pigeons?
Real ones that eat each other's toes. I'm just saying, when you go to, I went to college in like a downtown area at USC, so pigeons are everywhere.
Is that accredited?
And then they're still paying off. So they're disgusting. They eat each other. I literally saw a pigeon with no toes because they were eating each other's toes because they're savage creatures.
Look, man.
And honestly, they're the
But
most
they're
annoying
really-
bird.
It's a
What's
tough-
the use? Like flies
They're
are
kinda
annoying, but
smart.
flies have a use.
They're smart. This
yes.
is a use for them.
I
Look,
was
you can be
hoping
like,
this
here,
would come up.
take my drugs, and I want you to take it over the border.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, cool. I mean, if they only found one, this means this has been working or something. Like, it's been going on.
Well, pigeons are highly intelligent.
Because I'm calling BS on that eating their toes crap.
There was one with a nub. There was one with a nub, and I
Just
saw
a
him
nub.
biting at his toe.
I mean, first of all, like we elected Donald Trump and Betsy DeVos as our education
Objection?
secretary. The pigeons aren't making that mistake. They may eat
Not
each other's
we.
toes. And by the way, I was just reading today that about the first. I'm sure you all were reading this too. The first Major League Baseball player killed in World War I. Obviously, everybody was reading
there's a
about
big
this.
piece today.
Reading about this today, but these guys when they attacked in the Ardennes forest and got many in October of 1918, they all got stranded behind enemy lines. It was a devastatingly terrible battle, and thousands of American troops were killed, among them this guy. And but they had, of course, you think about it, they had no manner of communication to get help. I mean, people knew they were trapped there, but they couldn't tell them exactly where or what they needed. They were short on supplies. They're cornered in every way by the Germans, and their only manner of communication was pigeons. And but that's even, I was just reading it today. I was like, it's amazing. So they would send a note and a pigeon, and the pigeon would fly to the right place and deliver that note. And if after delivering that note over the German lines, that pigeon wants to eat another pigeon's toes, well, man, have at it, Hoss. You know?
Well, yeah.
And you're hating on the ancestors of those great creatures.
That's right.
Hey.
Yeah, the messaging to pigeon has been used since the beginning of pigeons. I do remember that. So
back in the day, the wealthy would also have these fancy pigeons that they would like they would breed certain types of pigeons together to get like a special pigeon breed that had like fancy feathers and stuff. Like I'm butchering this point with my
Let's just say Betsy
lack of
DeVos
knowledge.
has she was trying to breed pigeons. That's how the DeVos family
Be
made their
that
money.
type of person.
That $5.6 billion, they made it through pigeon breeding. I'm pretty sure that's true.
I mean, the best thing about using a pigeon is, guess what? They can't tell on you.
They can't.
Cannot
Yet.
identify you.
Yet.
Can't identify. They might be able to poke out your name
That's
or
right.
your image, apparently.
What do you get for Young Turks membership? It's a mystery. Only one way to find out. TYTnetwork.com/join.